Steven Universe and all associated images are property of Cartoon Network, Rebecca Sugar, and any and all other respective owners. I don't know them all. All footage in this video has been used for the purpose of critique parody under fair use. Please support the official release. This conspiracy series has been going on for a little while now. 2 months ago, we discussed Lapis Lazuli, and even after everything that was disproven at this point by the last Steven bomb, I still do get the sense that Lapis had a chance to join with Rose and refused. Last month, we discussed Rose and what efforts I feel she put forth to try to save the planet before resorting to open rebellion. Well, guys, it's time for part 3. So it's time to round this thing out. While there is no mystery in the series that is as big as Rose and her history, I still feel that there is another very mysterious character hiding in plain sight, who the fandom often overlooks when creating modern theories, and that's Garnet. I talked in the Rose conspiracy about how I think that it is advice from Garnet via her future vision that helped Rose to decide to go ahead and have Steven. That something that Garnet saw gave Rose the confidence to throw in entirely with a person who she would never even meet. Today we'll be discussing what it is that I think Garnet saw, analyzing Garnet's behavior in the series so far. First, though, I want to go over something very briefly, that being that Garnet has future vision. Yeah, I know I'm blowing your mind with this brand new information. Point is, Garnet doesn't just see the future all the time. Future vision is one of her gem powers, one that she has to actively use, and it follows very specific rules. We know from passing dialogue in Cry for Help that Garnet has to focus on a specific person or group of people to see into the future, and that it is possible to evade future vision, though at this point we don't know how. We know from Garnet's description of future vision in the episode entitled Future Vision that her future vision is based on multiverse theory and probability, that different choices lead to different futures, and that you can't know which future is the real future until it happens. Future vision is not infallible. Garnet has to actually crunch the numbers and effectively guess at which future will occur based on which is the most likely. Incidentally, this is how Sapphire's future vision was able to overlook Ruby's actions in the answer, because Sapphire, at the time, had no reason to expect any gem to make a choice outside of the norm. The choice that Ruby made was simply that unlikely. What this means is that Garnet can guess the wrong future, or even overlook entire potential futures if they are unlikely enough. It also means that Garnet could absolutely make the choices which might lead to the best possible future that she sees, or guide others towards making those choices if those choices are entirely outside of Garnet's direct control. Keep this in mind as I continue. We know that, whether it seems like it or not, Garnet uses her future vision regularly. Not only does she use it in battle and other dangerous situations, so that she knows where she should be to defeat the enemy and to protect Steven and the others, but that she determines when she and the other gems should go on missions based on her future vision. It's how she knows when to assign those missions in the first place. And it is most likely why she will occasionally go off on missions on her own. Being such a brilliant tactician, it makes sense that Rose would have made use of this power as often as possible, by seeking Garnet's counsel. Because of this, I believe that Garnet actually knew all of Rose's secrets, and it is because of the strong moral core that Garnet has been shown to possess that I'm absolutely sure that Rose didn't have sinister intentions. If she had, Garnet would have known about them and objected. I'm also sure that Garnet has always been well aware of Rose's experiments, and that she still carries them out even now, in Rose's stead. After all, Garnet knew and cared that it was time to bring the Heaven and Earth Beetles together. And I think that, in using her future vision to help Rose, Garnet saw the potential for Rose and Greg to create Steven, and that it was Steven, not Rose, who had the potential to bridge the gap between Earth and Homeworld, bringing about real change. I think that Garnet, to this day, works to guide Steven towards making the choices that will lead to that future, where he will exceed Rose and become a better leader than she ever was. Consider this. In the opening to the episode Monster Buddies, the gems have taken Steven on a mission to an ice cave, a very unstable ice cave, to recover a powerful artifact that they will soon need. There, the gems are attacked by a corrupted gem, resulting in a battle which causes the cave to collapse, putting Steven's life in danger. This leads to Garnet bubbling Steven and sending him back to the temple out of harm's way. The instability in the ice cave, the actions of the corrupted gem, these are all givens, unaffected by any choice. Garnet would have definitely foreseen the danger to Steven with her future vision, and yet she still took him along. Why would she do that, unless her intention was for him to end up in the burning room and free the centipedal mother? What if she foresaw that Steven was at a point in his life where he might be able to, if given the chance, make a connection with this particular corrupted gem and start its healing process, but only if he made those decisions on his own? What if, after seeing this, Garnet put him in a situation where he could make those decisions? What if that's why she is seen throughout the episode constantly stepping back and deferring to Steven's judgment rather than simply bubbling the centipedal again? Don't believe me that this is something that Garnet would do? Well, I could probably pick the series apart for hours looking for examples of times when this might have happened, but instead I'll just point out 2 instances where something like this has definitely happened, where it was the entire point of the story of the episode. In the episode Future Vision, Garnet tells Steven about her future vision. She's foreseen that he is at a level of emotional maturity where he might be able to come to understand it and grow closer to Garnet in the process. And after some guidance from Garnet, he does come to understand Future Vision. Then, in Winter Forecast, Garnet actually gives her Future Vision power to Steven, very briefly, so that he might use it to make the best decision regarding his actions on a particularly dangerous day of his life. She tells him about Future Vision and then teaches him how to utilize it properly. Both of these are instances of knowledge that Rose would have possessed from her time leading Garnet and the others. In both of these occasions, Garnet is building a stronger connection between herself and Steven, yes, but she is also teaching him to think more responsibly, to think more like a leader, to think more like Rose. Garnet is still carrying out Rose's last great gambit, grooming Steven to be the best person that he can be, a better person than Rose ever could have become on her own. And I believe wholeheartedly that she is doing so because she genuinely believes in Steven that much. She believes that much in his potential. But guys, what do you think of this theory? I think I've nailed down the most likely future, but it's possible that you foresee a different path. Let's get a discussion going in the comments section down below. This has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys in the future. Do you have a theory idea or simply a musing about the show that you'd like me to discuss? You can head on over to my Facebook page and send me a message regarding your idea, and if I find it interesting enough, I will post my thoughts, or head on over to my Tumblr page and send me an ask. If it's not something I've covered before, I'll be sure to respond. If you're on Facebook or Tumblr, I also recommend that you like and or follow me there as well, so that you can keep up to date with all of my content, including any supplementary content that I might post to either one of those websites. And if you know of anyone on Facebook or Tumblr who might find my content interesting, please share it with them. I'd really appreciate it.